Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here in the Jazz Lounge on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I am your host, DJ Sherry B, and my esteemed co-host, Jas Miller. Elan is live in the studio. I'm thinking I'm at the station in the Jazz Lounge with us, and he only has 30 minutes to give us, so this is going to be kind of a quick interview. So, Elan, how you doing today?
I am wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful day in Boston, about 70, 75 degrees.
Ooh, that is nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Very nice.
And so there we go, Jas. There you are.
Boy. Okay.
Does this look familiar to you, Elan? You're
Yeah.
on?
Flip it over and you see your name. Yeah, there. Did we spell it right? I think I did. I didn't put the accent mark on there, which I should know better.
No, you don't need the accent.
We got you, man. We got you, Elan.
And they just played it in Amsterdam this morning on a thing I was on.
Oh, okay.
They selected that one. They love you, bro. You know that.
Getting all kinds of play. Elan, I first ran into you at the Newport Beach Jazz Festival.
Okay.
Last year, and I want to show you.
2 years ago. Oh, was I performing?
Yes, you were. You were on.
Right, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you were on the lawn stage.
Yeah, maybe even 3.
And I ran up to the stage, and you were playing your saxophone, and I just stood there, and I was trying to get my camera to focus in on you.
Yeah.
And you were so nice that you stayed there until my camera focused in.
Okay.
I was like, that's my man right there. He waited for me, and I'm going to show you the picture.
So, okay, so when I post this link, okay, yeah.
You waited for me. I was like, wait. And you just stood there for me, and you let me take that picture right now. So what's going on, man? I know we only got 30 minutes, so let's run it down for him.
It's going good. Just got back from Vegas, the Las Vegas Jazz Festival.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
It was
that one.
It was hot.
Was it hot, or was it hot playing?
Oh.
Yeah, good job. And I thoroughly enjoy your sax playing, Elan. Like I said, I first came across you at the Hyatt Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
And you've been on my mind ever since then. And so when I started this interview in the Jazz Lounge, you were definitely, one of the top 5 that I wanted to get in here. So thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
And we got it going out on KSBR as well, because we play you at KSBR.
Yeah.
And you're just here so we can learn a little bit more about you. What do you have coming up? You're going somewhere in the next couple of days. Where are you performing?
The Arizona Jazz Festival.
Mm-hmm.
That's October 25th. I'm in San Antonio the night before, October 24th. San Antonio, October 25th is Arizona Jazz Festival in Phoenix. And I have Atlanta and Washington, D.C. in November.
Wow. You got a lot of playing coming up.
Well, everything's kind of winding down at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually nice to have some downtime.
Have some time off.
Thanksgiving, the holidays, but I'll be back in Vegas for New Year's Eve.
Ooh, really? You're gonna be brave and be in Vegas in New Year's?
Yeah, last New Year's we played Vegas and it actually snowed. It was very cold.
Ooh. So now tell me about your latest single that you have out right now.
Yeah, I had probably about 4 or 5 songs that I've written within the last 5 or 6 months. And I wasn't really planning on sending anything to radio until the album was finished. But, I just had a weird thought, and one of the songs that I really, really liked, I thought that it needed some vocals on it. And I sent it I did a concert down in Barbados with a good friend of mine, Javier Colon, who's a vocalist. He was on The Voice the first season, and he did Dave Coz's Christmas tour about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I sent it to Javier, and he loved it, and we started writing some lyrics to it. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to record on it, so I sent it to Will Downing, and he also loved it, and he got it back to me in 3 days.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and leak this song to radio and then finish the album, hopefully by December. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we got a brand new single, just hit radio this past Monday. It's called Thoughts of Summer, featuring Will Downing. And it's a perfect song for this time of year because especially here in New England, when the weather starts to change and the leaves are falling and, you know, the nights are in the 40s and 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Really,
Setting the
Ready?
mood.
yeah, you miss the summertime. So the lyrics basically talk about, you know, missing the warmth of the summer. And so it's called Thoughts of Summer. So, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite songs that I've ever recorded to date.
So when will you think the whole album will be done?
Definitely by the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
plan
It's
to
like
go to Barbados in November.
uh-huh.
And I like to record down there with some of the local musicians because it gives me more of the authentic Caribbean sound that I'm looking for.
Ah, nice. Nice. Now, are you from Barbados?
Yeah, born and raised.
Wow. When did you come to the States?
Right after high school, I went to Berklee College of Music.
Now, did you know you always wanted to play the saxophone?
Yes, definitely.
When did you know that? When did you get your first saxophone? When did that all happen?
I actually started on piano when I was about 7 or 8. I took piano lessons for about 4 years, and then I joined the middle school band on the French horn and the euphonium, which is like a small tuba.
Mm-hmm.
And after about a year, I got bored of that, and I was very curious about the sax because the saxophone players got all the solos and they got all the limelight, you know, and it was just a cool looking instrument, and they got all the girls.
Yeah.
So,
You're like, I want to do that.
let me give that a try. And ever since then, it's, you know, been my first love.
Wow.
Played
And
brass too. My God.
yeah.
I played baritone in marching band way back when. I can't believe that. You phone?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
So what other jazz festivals have you performed at? I mean, I know you said you did Las Vegas and you're doing the Arizona. Have you, how many times have you been at the Hyatt? Just the one time that I saw you?
Yeah, that was my first time. I think that was 2012 or 2013. Probably 2012.
Yeah.
That was my first time, yeah.
And what did you think of it your first time being there?
Oh, it was great. I love how they rotate the two stages, and you know, it's really well attended. And you know, even though I was playing on the smaller stage, I felt like the people were just as interested and involved as they are on main stage. You know,
You were putting out some funk, okay? You had the crowd going. You saw it. I got pictures of it. You know, no, so it doesn't matter. You were right where you needed to be because you were still putting out the feeling. You know, it made me get up out of my seat and come run around and wiggle my way up to the front to get that picture.
Right.
That's how hot it was. So, no, you're doing something great. You're doing something great. So now, what are your plans for the holidays? You just be home with the family? Are you going to be writing as well while you're taking a break? Or when you take a break, do you just seriously take a break from everything?
No, I'm always thinking, always writing, always creating. But you know, as I said, I plan to go home probably a little bit before Thanksgiving. There's a food, wine, and rum festival in Barbados, like the third weekend of November.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been partnering with the Barbados Tourism Board because they sponsor my event, Elan Trotman Jazz Excursion, Barbados Jazz Excursion.
Nice.
So I'm, you know, talking to them about partnering and going to their event to help promote my event, and also to do some recording and also to see my family down in Barbados. So, you know, I'm just hoping that we can finish the album. I only need about 4 or 5 more songs. So, and yeah, that's about it. Holidays, you know, my in-laws are in New York, upstate New York. We go down there and hang out and relax. So we'll see.
Yeah. So any invitations for a jazz cruise?
I'm doing a Cause Cruise in February 2016.
Are you really? Congratulations. That's a good one to be on. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
my
great.
third time doing Dave's Cruise. And
Excellent.
actually, Barbados is one to stop, so I get to go home for one day.
Hey, pop in, pop out. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Got to get back on the road. Well, that's great. So now, any thoughts of making a Christmas CD? I know it's too late for that now, but you might be able to throw
I
it.
did one a long time ago. Probably, it's called a Reggae Christmas. Probably 2005, 2006. And it's on my website. It's available for download only. Some of my favorite Christmas carols in just reggae style. But, you know, I try to stay away from what everybody else is doing, because you're kind of limited when you do a Christmas album. You know, it's like, how many times can you, or how many different ways can you play Jingle Bells?
Your way. You play it your way.
Yeah, it's a little played out.
There's a couple of artists that said the same exact thing. They're like, everybody's already done them. Who wants to hear Little Drummer Boy again? You know, and it's like, but it would have your twist on it, you know. So
you can't beat the classic recordings, you know, the Nat King Cole's and the, you know, Johnny Hartman's. You can't beat those. I would never want to reinterpret a song after they did it, because it's those are the songs that I put on at Christmas time, you know, and those are the songs that get me in the Christmas spirit. So
I see. Okay, I didn't look at it from that point of view. So all right, hey, you set me straight. Thank you, I appreciate that. So, is there anyone that you always wanted to play with that you haven't performed with yet?
I've been pretty fortunate. I'll probably say 70 to 80% of the people that were on my bucket list, I've actually had a chance to work with in some capacity today. Yeah. So, you know, there's the usuals, like, you know, Stevie Wonder and Prince. You know, I mean, those are the living legends and, you know, the icons. But I'm pretty pleased with, you know.
Yeah, you've been everywhere. You play with a lot of people. You have. Yeah, I didn't know if there's one you haven't played with, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so cool. That's nice. So, Jas, I'm sure you have a question or two that you would like to ask Mr. Elan.
Hey, speaking to that, tell me about working with Jamie Foxx at the Arizona Jazz Festival a few years back. What'd you have to do for that? I mean, you were working with who? Brian Simpson was the music director, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, Brian was a musical director. It was a Ray Charles tribute.
Yeah. Okay. So was it read, or did you get a chance to blow, or how'd that work out?
It was mostly pre-written arrangements, and we just did, you know, probably about 12 Ray Charles compositions. It was like probably about a 12-piece band with, you know, horns and strings.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it was nice.
Okay, sweet. So would you consider yourself to be a really fluent reader, or do you blow more these days? Or
that was a rare instance where I actually had to read charts and scores. I'm usually in a position where I'm playing my own music.
Yeah.
If I do have to learn somebody else's music, most of the time, like Brian Culbertson or Keiko Matsui, I respect the artist enough to memorize their music. So I'll make sure I know it well enough that I don't need to take the music on stage with me.
Right on.
Especially if you're playing with somebody like Brian Culbertson, where it's all about choreography. You can't be limited to a music stand because there's so much moving and you know, so you gotta already know the music and focus on more of the execution of the performance and the entertainment part of it. So I always try to memorize people's music before I get on stage. You know, Earl Klugh, Keiko Matsui, Jonathan Butler, whoever it is. I want to let them know that I took the time to really study their music and own it before I get on stage.
Dig that. You've got so many chops in your head too, man. I mean, who are your fave sax players?
Yeah.
Well, growing up, it was definitely Grover Washington Jr. But once I got to Berklee, and I definitely tried to dig in a little deeper to the 40s and 50s, the Coltrane's and Charlie Parker's and Dexter Gordon's and Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins. I really tried to dig into the history of the saxophone and the history of jazz. So I try to go as far back as possible.
It comes through in your playing, man. I mean, even that stuff you did for me. I mean, it's like you take that and modernize it, you know, bring it into the contemporary era. It's really cool.
Well, thanks. Well, that track I played on for you, you know, I had to put a little extra gravy on it for you.
You did, and thank you. Yeah, Elan there are 14 tracks. He's the whole section.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. And you did that in what, like, you know, 20 minutes? Or, you know, I mean, yeah, I think you spent probably 3-4 hours on it, huh?
Yeah, a couple hours. Yeah, but I love recording, man, especially if it's, you know, a track that I'm feeling, and I'll keep putting stuff on it until I feel like it's where it needs to be.
I loved it. Thank you very much. We need to do some more if you got time.
Sure, man.
Yeah, I know. It sounded good. It's one of my favorites. I just told Jas earlier. I said, "Oh, I never told you my favorite songs on your CD," and Yeah, that was one of them.
Everybody picks that one.
It was amazing. Sounded really good.
It's all you, brother.
So, okay, so we're gonna let you go because we're probably at our 30 minutes right now, and but I definitely want to invite you back into the Jazz Lounge when you have a little bit more time, so we can.
I'd love to.
And do a real one because this is really taken off, Elan. Everybody is loving, Sherry's concept. Plus the fact that it's KSBR branded, blah blah blah. I mean, it's only 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks old, give or take. But man, this is.
Let me know if you guys need anything. I definitely support.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna write that down. I'm putting down this day. Elan said.
I think you recorded it, didn't you?
Oh, I wanna ask you. You've heard about our birthday bash, right?
Yeah, I've done that like the last 4 or 5 years.
What?
Yeah,
I'm there.
It's usually the same weekend as the San Diego Jazz Festival, so sometimes I'll pop in and pop out.
Oh, okay. See, maybe that's what. Well, see, I work in the ticket booth, so I don't get to see the show.
You guys say hi to Brian Simpson.
Hey, Brian, what's up? This is Jas Miller, man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Not bad.
Oh, my gosh, Brian, I want to reach out to you and interview you.
All right, I'll connect you guys.
All right.
Yeah, because I love me some Brian Simpson.
All right, bye-bye.
Good to talk to you, Brian. Thanks, man.
All right. Okay, well, that was it, everyone. That was that was Elan Trotman. And who do we have coming up next? Tomorrow, we have Paul Taylor at 11 in the morning. So thank you, everyone, for being here. That was a really quick interview, but he'll be back.
Sherry, you are the Elan Trotman of radio. So he's as busy as you are blowing signs.
I don't know. Let me go ahead and close this out, but you stay right here with me, Jas. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Meet us right back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Paul Taylor in the Jazz Lounge. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you missed any of this broadcast, please check it out on the replay. Have fun.